Hi Libra. So happy birthday to my October Libras. Um, you guys have a really interesting season this year, and mainly because most of your season will have your planet in a sign that it doesn't really like, and it'll also be in retrograde. So right now, Venus, your ruling planet, is in Scorpio, and it will be going retrograde the first week in October. And that's really a time of, yes, we'll be able to reconcile old relationships. Venus does like an 8-year cycle. So if you think back like 8 years ago, what kind of relationships do you feel like maybe you need to reconcile from then? I think that if you guys really stay, because Mercury is going to be also in your sign, but we'll be moving into Scorpio at the beginning of October as well. So I think that if you guys can stay balanced, because Libras love to love. And I think that that's kind of the focus of where you guys are right now. Your love life, and where things haven't worked in the past, how can things work in the future? Where it always seems like there's that same cycle that goes over and over and over again. How can we direct that cycle in a different way or change things differently this time around? I think that you guys have had a really tough road for a couple of years, and myself included, being a Libra rising, it hasn't been easy. And I know that 2018 was kind of that, I'm like, you're building yourself back up. You're rebuilding. You're finding ways in order to improve yourself and move forward. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, if you want to listen to the psychic tarot reader, I would recommend maybe not starting a new relationship, but if there are things that you can kind of smooth over in your old relationships, that way you're ready to start new relationships after Venus goes direct again. Because she's uncomfortable, right? And right now is a time to take care of yourself, and you have a perfect opportunity to do that. 4 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And there you are, loud and proud, the King of Swords. So, exactly what I was saying. Like, now is a perfect time for you guys to take care of yourself. Now is a perfect time for you to balance out what it is that you want, what it is that you desire. Open yourself up to what the universe has to offer you. And get that spark back. You know, we've been getting aces in our readings for a couple of months now. And a lot of people are like, well, I haven't seen anything come through. I haven't seen anything, in my life. Like, I haven't seen anything form in my life. Well, aces, let's remember, aces are gifts from the universe. It's all about free will. You don't have to accept the gift. And then people say, well, I wasn't even offered a gift. Did you open up the path for that? I can give you the energy of the month, but I can't make it happen for you. But you can make it happen for you with the Magician if you don't fight it with the 9 of Wands. If you don't fight against the energy of the Magician, things can happen pretty quickly, pretty dramatically. You could also have a Gemini in your life. The Magician represents Gemini and Virgo. Since we do have the King of Swords here, that could be a Gemini. But more than anything, there's this knowing. You know who you are, Libra. And it's taken you a while to get there, but you do know who you are. And you do know what you want. And I do feel like you're ready to fight for it. And it's not... it's not going to be easy, and it hasn't been easy, but it's so worth it to gain that. And then, so this could be a Virgo, because we do have a Magician. Magician's also Virgo. It's ruled by Mercury. So the Queen of Pentacles could also be a Taurus or a Capricorn. let's clarify these. I feel like you are either trying to reconcile a relationship or fighting for a relationship. I don't feel like this Nine of Wands is combative in any way. I feel like you're, like, what I really want to say is I'm fighting the good fight. I've been resting. I took my time out. I've been resting. And now I'm ready to, like, get in the trenches, and I want to fight for what's, I don't want to say what's mine, but that was the first thing that was coming to me. What's mine? I want to fight for what's mine, what's rightly mine. And not in a possessive way, but again, you know what you want. And you know what you want this gift to be. And you know that the universe has been kind of like putting it in front of you. And don't get caught up in the gender with these, you know, this could be a King of Swords that's a female, and this could be a Queen of Pentacles that's a male. Remember, we all have the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us. So, Four of Swords. It is a resting time, or you're coming out of a resting time. I think that you guys took a good, long, hard look at what happened to you in 2018. It's now your season. You saw that you were able to rebuild things, and now it's your lucky day. The Eight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune on the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, I always say, cut ties with the idea of the way you think things are supposed to go. Look at them in a different way. And the rebuilding. The making your ground stable again. The fortune that comes with the wheel. And I've always said, you cannot force the wheel to turn any faster than the universe wants it to turn, but you can do the work behind it. You can do the work behind that wheel turning, and it makes it so much smoother. It makes the process so much easier. And what do I mean by that? Doing the work within yourself, seeing the gifts that the universe is showing you, and reaching out and grabbing them, and not just ignoring what's right in front of you, and using it for good, right? Taking those blessings, building something out of it. And you worked really hard in Virgo season. I know a lot of signs worked really hard in Virgo season, but I know a couple of Libras in my life. One of them is my ex-husband. And he's a very balanced and fair man, but man, can he work hard. Like, he will work 60, 70-hour weeks, and it's like, could you just give yourself a rest? And Virgo season kind of pushes that on people. So, do you have a Taurus in your life? There's the Hierophant. Or, now you have an opportunity for something traditional. This could be higher learning. This could be having a more traditional, this could be taking your relationship to the next level. If you're already in a relationship, I don't want to say start something new with someone, but I do feel like if you're already in a relationship, it can be more established. Like something could spark to be, and by that I mean like when Venus is in retrograde, don't start something new. Don't start a new relationship because usually they don't last. New relationships starting in Venus retrograde, it's kind of like signing on the dotted line when Mercury's in retrograde. Like, it's just kind of a not such a good idea. You can do it. I mean, if you want to take that chance, by all means, Libra. But let me just say, when you get unbalanced after that happens, after you take that chance and start a new relationship during Venus retrograde, don't come back crying to me and saying, what did I do? Well, so if you have an opportunity to learn more, if you have an opportunity to grow more, if you have an opportunity to grow a relationship and take it to the next level, I see that happening. You're sure of yourself in your season, as you should be. I love Libra season. It's just full of beauty. In the States, it's fall. The leaves are changing color. It's beautiful. So, and see, this is what I mean. You guys know what you want. You're holding on to the idea of the kind of relationship that you want to have. And you're ready for this traditional relationship. You're ready to start something, you know, or not start something, but take something to the next level. You know what you want, right? The Knight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. And if you do meet somebody new, like, date them for a little bit. Like, you don't have to, you know, just while Venus is in retrograde, date somebody. You don't have to, like, make it official until Venus is out of retrograde, right? Mercury goes into Scorpio, intensified communication. I feel like you guys have a lot of love to offer. And this could be that you're holding on to the idea of what, you know, this is what I want my future to look like. I'm holding on to this idea. I'm holding on to this concept for myself, right? But ultimately, just remember that you're in charge of things. We have the Emperor here, so you could be dealing with an Aries also. But you're in charge and during this manifestation time. It's going to be very, very easy for you to think, oh, this is what I want in my life, and it shows up. So be really careful about what you wish for. And not that bad things are going to come your way, but, I mean, like, use it for good and not for evil. What do I mean by that? I was actually talking to somebody the other day, and this is where my Libra mind went when I was having the conversation with this person. They were like, yeah, it's so funny. I can say something like, I hope that person that just, like, flew right by me and then cut me off, I hope the cops, like, stop them and they get a ticket for speeding, or they get a ticket for something. And then, like, 5 miles down the road, there that person is on the side of the road getting a ticket. And she's like, you know, I can't believe that I'm able to manifest things in this way. And that's what I mean by doing good and evil. My Libra mind directly, like, went to, like, it was like the devil and the angel on the shoulders. Like, man, you know, that's a really good way to be able to manifest things. And man, you can't do it. You can't do it like that. Like, you've got to be good. You can't, like, you've got to use your powers for good. You can't use them for evil. And then my evil side's like, yeah, but don't you think that feel really good for an enemy of yours to, like, get caught by the cops? Yeah, it was the balance. Like, I was trying to balance out my scales. Like, was that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, that's the kind of manifestation power you guys are going to have. You're going to say something and it's going to come into fruition. So, I mean, like, for real, you're in charge of your powers during your season. So be very, very careful what you wish for. Be very, very careful what you want to bring into fruition will most likely happen. And I'm saying, if you want to start a brand new relationship, because you can probably make that happen just by looking at somebody from across the room and thinking, I want you, and they show up. Just be really, really careful about the seduction process. You guys are good at that. You're charmers, and I could put myself in the same category. In fact, somebody said that to me the other day, that I'm so charming, and I'm like, Libra. The only reason why I'm charming is Libra. I'm fun because I'm a Sagittarius moon. I'm smart and kind of serious because of my Virgo. But that Libra comes out, and I can charm, right? And we're the host. We're the host of the party. We're the hostess of the party. But during your season, you will be lit up. You will be lit up, and everybody will see you, and you're ruled by Venus, so you're beautiful just naturally. You guys are just naturally beautiful. So use your powers for good, because I feel like you are fighting for something. You're fighting for a cause in your life, possibly an earth sign. 9 of Wands. And yeah, you're fighting for the happiness. You're either fighting for your long-term happiness, which is really what I hope it is. Maybe a long-term relationship with an earth sign. Maybe this is the earth sign that you want to take things to the next level with. Whatever it is, whoever it is, you're definitely fighting for a cause. And the end result is abundance, joy, family, love. happiness, celebration. So, and I don't feel like this earth sign is a new person. I do feel like this earth sign has been around for a while. They do show up often in the Libra readings. So, the Two of Wands, yeah. The feeling, I don't feel like you guys are making a decision about the earth sign. I feel like the earth sign needs to make a decision. And that's kind of why you're still fighting for them. And it could be that you're fighting for them, or you're fighting for the relationship with them, or, because I don't feel like you're fighting with them. It is an all-encompassing thing. It's something that, like, your goal, you're working towards this relationship with this earth sign, taking it to the next level. But they seem to be stuck. I'm going to actually clarify the Two of Wands, because I'm a Libra and I'm curious. Right? So I'm going to clarify the Two of Wands, but I do feel like, well, and as I look at the bottom of the deck, I'm not going to pick this card, but the Ten of Swords is there, and this is what I was feeling. It's almost like their choice could mean the Ten of Cups or the Ten of Swords. You're manifesting and fighting for the Ten of Cups, right? You don't want it, but the thing is in your mind, and this is why I'm saying be careful what you're wishing for, be careful what you're thinking, be careful what you're saying out loud during your season. I don't care if you're sun, moon, or rising. It's all, if you're a Libra, you're a Libra, right? Be careful what you're thinking about, because it could manifest in one of two ways. It could be totally devastating with Mercury and Scorpio, with Venus and Scorpio in retrograde, with Pluto and Mars going, that they're direct now, and so many, like, I could look within all of my notes that I took where, Mercury and Mars, or Mercury and Pluto are squaring off or conjunct, or, so many possibilities during the month of October where there could be a conversation that could either be, good or bad. It's not balanced out. It's going to be either, it's like you're tipping the scales one way or the other. So that's why the manifestation has to be really, really on point. So let's see what the Two of Wands is. What is the decision that is kind of making this earth sign stuck? Oh, I think that they feel guilty about something. The Seven of Swords on the Two of Wands. It's not that they want to go away or move away. They could. You never know. They could want to walk away. But with all of the good luck and all of the happy energy that's coming through the rest of the reading, I feel like there's almost like a guilty conscience. They might have done something in the past, or maybe it's that they haven't done anything and they were supposed to. Like, why didn't you take out the trash? It doesn't have to be huge. But, like, they feel bad and guilty because they didn't take out the trash or whatever. Okay, so I'm being a little silly when I say that. But that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't have to be a really big thing that they did. But there's some kind of guilt behind this Two of Wands. They're trying to make a decision. And I think it's almost like because they haven't acted yet, they haven't done something yet, they feel really guilty. Like they've almost let you down in a way. So, all right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. See what we've got towards the middle of October, going into the end of October. Because so far, everything looks really great. I think that you are, working on this being extremely stable in this relationship, manifesting a lot of really, really great things coming in, building that foundation after a time of rest, And then we have the Hanged Man, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 10 of Wands, Queen of Cups, the Devil. Seven of Pentacles, the World, and the Moon are next at the bottom of the deck. All right, guys. I think some of you might be contemplating a move in October. I want to say, for some reason, I feel like you need to go back to your childhood, or it'll be in the same area as your childhood. I don't know. That's a really specific channel message. I've been doing that a lot lately. So forgive me for those who are not moving back to where they grew up. But with the Six of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles and the Hanged Man, I almost want to say there's something that has to do with your past that is bringing you stability now. Like whatever it was from your past, like you're looking back into your past, and it could be like a lesson that you've learned, a karmic lesson that you finally have learned about your life or about your existence, about your path. And now you're able to really ground yourself and become stable and abundant in where you are. So the Ten of Pentacles to me is having that stability. It could be that you need to look at this stability in a different way. Maybe you're more stable than you think you are. Looking back into your past, you can be like, oh, I am more stable than I think I am. I just don't feel stable because it doesn't look exactly the way everybody else would say, right? It looks, but I am actually much more stable within myself and within my surroundings than I have been thinking that I am, right? And then we have a water sign. So this earth sign could also be a Capricorn, but we have a water sign. The Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Devil. This is karmic. And I feel like they're tied together. Somebody's helping you with some karmic issues, or something that like Saturn is bringing something back around for you is really what I'm feeling here in October. And a water sign is really helping you with these issues, or somebody who is just extremely intuitive, just wants to help. Like they're carrying, like literally, I don't feel like you're carrying the load. I feel like they took all 10 of these wands from you and said, here, let me do this for you. You have enough to worry about. You have enough things that you're doing. Let me worry about this for you. And I feel like they're helping you with your stability in some way. And it's almost like retribution from the past, or something that happened between the two of you in the past, or something like that. I hope I'm making sense. It's very strange how this is coming through, but I feel like there is some kind of karmic cycle that you've been through that has been very toxic for you. And it's been since childhood. Like there's been this, and now you're finally coming into some kind of stability in your life. And I feel like this water sign is carrying a lot of the load for you. And I feel like this is going to be a whole new beginning of planting seeds, a new cycle. And by the end of October, when we have the full moon in Taurus, by the end of October, things will, there will be this accumulation, and it could be the accumulation from the new moon in Taurus earlier this year in May, and the accumulation to this full moon in Taurus at the end of October. So I want you guys to recognize the seeds. Again, your manifestation powers are very, very on point in October. And I want you guys to recognize all of the seeds of manifestation that you are planting right now. And the things that you did plant 7 months ago, 8 months ago, 6 months ago, however, recognize what it was that you started growing back then, because the cycle is coming to fruition now. And it's not like I'm not getting, it's not getting by me that we, the moon has a cycle, and we also have the ending of a cycle here, right? That's not getting past me at all. And I feel like so much abundance is going to come to you guys in October. But you're in control of all of it. Like, you control the way it all works. Like, if I go back all the way to the very beginning of the reading, where I talk about how I can give you the energies of the month, but you're the one that has to do what you can with the energies to get these gifts, to get this assistance, to be able to, like, have the power to build and get going and moving forward. The thing is you're in charge of all of it. Yeah, I mean, I can read the cards and I can be intuitive and I can give you all the messages, but you guys get to have the fun job of making it real and making it actually happen. Things could be very, very close or not at all. Because a lot of people will be like, well, that reading wasn't for me at all. Well, but did you work with the energies for that reading? Did you check your rising and your moon sign? Because, I mean, it really depends on what I'm doing in my life or where I am in my life. Most of the time, I'm resonating either with my Libra rising or my Sag moon. Like, I even have a lot of Virgo in my chart, and that poor girl just gets lost between the other two. They're so much more fun to be around. I mean, really. No. Anyway, Libra, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful birthday season. So many amazing messages in this reading. I could probably go on for another half hour and talk about all the amazing messages. Just really, really remember to stay true to who you are. And with your manifestation powers, use them for good. You know, I always tell the signs when I feel like they're really highly manifestation, peak times, use your powers for good, because we need more of that love. We need more of that Libra love, that Libra balancing out of the scales in this world. We don't need any more of the nasty, dirty, horrible people, like we don't need any more of that. So really use your powers for good and mainly take care of yourself. And I feel like you've got a lot of really good friends around you that are like just helping you along. They see your worthiness and they are helping you along. Okay. If you guys would like to have a personal reading, my website's fearlessintuition.net. And I hope you have a wonderful birthday season. I will see you guys for the second half of October readings. Bye.